When did you stop being a kid? I don't mean wearing shoes that light up when you walk or scraping your knee at the park. I mean getting excited about the things around you, enjoying life, being curious, asking questions, going to bed each night having learned something new. So many adults lose the magic that it is to live. Have you? In my opinion, there are 3 things to help us to be young at heart. The first is seeing the magic in the world around you. The second is getting excited about life and the world and your experience. The third is to be curious. The first thing we're going to talk about today is seeing the magic in the world around us. George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright. He had a very creative mind, and he had a lot of fun things that he did that some people saw as a waste of time. He said, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." I think this is so interesting. How many of us stop playing? How many of us give up our interests and our hobbies in order to do things that are more important? Why do we do this? Why do we use our free time finding entertainment through TV and YouTube, watching other people do fun things, instead of doing our own fun things? We sit here wishing we could quit our day jobs and do something like that to pursue our dreams and go out and see sights. Why can't we do both? Why can't we pursue our dreams, see sights around the world, our cities, our towns, our backyards? Why can't we enjoy the simple things of life, like the chirping of the birds and the colors of the rocks that are all around us? Is the only thing stopping us our own minds? Are we what's holding us back? Holding the adventures and dreams away from ourselves? Trapping ourselves in a box that we can't escape from? Shouldn't we be getting out of our own ways? Ignoring the stigmas that the world is placing around us, that adults are supposed to have desk jobs and sit around doing important things. Why can't we do what we're passionate about? I was babysitting a group of children not too long ago, and I took them to a train museum that is local. I had been there before, and I knew they'd really like it. But nothing prepared me for the excitement that lit up their faces when they walked through the doors. Nothing prepared me for their jumping up and down and squealing, for their pointing fingers and asking a million questions, for the pictures they asked to be taken, for their laughs, for their waving at different people throughout the museum. It seemed the further and further we went through the exhibits, the more and more excited they got. They enjoyed the trains and the engines, the colors and the people, the activities, the plaques, everything. I felt so inspired by their curious questions and the joy in their eyes, their longing to be part of this story. As I went to other museums and sightseeing things throughout time, I found that had rubbed off on me, that I was able to look a little bit closer through a child's eyes at the world around me and how important and impressive this whole world is. The second thing to help us be young at heart is to get excited. Adults still get excited generally. It's a little bit harder, but they still can. Kids find joy in the little things. They are constantly asking questions and jumping up and down. They are in the unknown in their lives. Children rarely are in control of what they do every day. Often there's an adult guiding them through. Because of this, everything's exciting to them. Everything's the unknown. For adults, when something goes wrong, that's when we're thrown into the unknown. And generally, we don't like it so much. But why can't we stop and take a deep breath and realize the good that's come around us, the fun parts of our situations? Zig Ziglar, an American author and motivational speaker, said, "Kids go where there's excitement. They stay where there's love." Don't be afraid to be excited, to get your hopes up for something you really want, and to love those around you. that's what's exciting about life. The third thing to help us to be young at heart is curiosity. My favorite thing about kids is their curiosity. Their endless questions that seem to go on and on as they're figuring stuff out about their lives. And can you blame them? Adults see and know more, but we don't know everything. Why aren't we just like little children and continuing to ask questions, to talk to people who are in different fields, see what they know, what they're discovering in their lives, see if we can find more. My grandpa was always like that. He was someone who loved learning something new. He was constantly asking questions and trying to figure out things that he had never heard of or was unfamiliar with. He was always branching out and trying to see what he could learn about other people, other cultures, other lives. There's so much potential and possibility in the world, and kids can see it. When you ask them what they want to be when they grow up, they have these amazing dreams of being astronauts or president of the United States. Well, when you ask an adult, they have less large dreams. But when does that reality set in? Does it have to set in at all? Obviously, it doesn't set in for everyone because we see photos and images and videos of people living their dreams and living these full-out lives. So why do we let that defeat set into us? One of my favorite kids on the internet is Kid President. He sends out videos and pep talks for the world that shine out his personality and let people know of the potential he sees in us. Here's a short clip from one of his pep talks.
I think the world needs a pep talk. I need you to look, people. Look with your eyes. This is where we live. It's a good place. Look around you. What do you see? Volcanoes, sunsets, Justin Timberlake's teeth. Those things are perfect. But I'm telling you, world, we got some work to do. Open your eyes. How cool is it that we're all alive on the same planet at the same time? I think it's time that we start making cool stuff happen. On the planet we live on, there's poverty, hunger, injustice. The world is full of awesome. It's also full of not awesome. On the planet we live on, there's also potential, possibilities. Puppies. Yeah, I said puppies. I'm getting distracted. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we're all here. We're all born to make a difference. It can be easy to get overwhelmed, feel like you can't do anything. But that's why we have each other. Oh, there's lots of bad stuff in the world, but there's also you. And there's me. Time to set some goals. I'm not talking squad goals. I'm talking global goals. All of y'all, the whole world, is my squad goals. What the world needs is love, and also an end to extreme poverty, eliminating inequality, fixing our planet. That's why we got you. That's why we have each other. That's why we got goals, global goals. Together, we're louder. Together, we're brighter. Together, we're good. That isn't a word. Global goal number 4, education. Talk about school, I gotta tell you something. School cafeterias can be scary places. Where do I sit? Where do I not sit? Where's the cool table? Let me tell you something. The cool table is wherever you are. In the lunchroom of the world, there should be a cool table. Nope. The whole lunchroom should be one big cool table. A big table. A table where everybody's invited. Where everybody has a seat. Where everybody has enough. That's the kind of table that I want to be at. That's the kind of world I want to live in. That's the kind of world that we're building. Because of people like you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. But
Well, I'm talking to you too. Don't be afraid of being a kid again. See the good in the world around you. Get your hopes up about tomorrow, the possibilities that await you. Look at this new world that you can see through a child's eyes. Look for the magic. Ask questions to the people that are around you, the people you meet, the strangers, the friends, the family. Ask questions to everyone and see what you find out. Learn more about each other, about lives, about cultures. Live in the unknown. So perhaps the question isn't, when did you stop being a kid? When did you stop seeing the magic and the adventures and the hopes? The question is, when can you start being a kid? Thank you.